It's time for the semifinals on day 4 of 5 at the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. And we begin with the women's side, Team Egypt against Team Puerto Rico. My name is Will Wiggleman. I'll be taking you through it today. The semifinals and bronze medal games for both the women's and the men's sides. And we start with the women with the 2 versus 3 semifinal. Team Egypt coming in at 2-0-1 and finishing second in the women's division. Puerto Rico 2-1-0, finishing third. They both played tight games against South Korea. They both dominated the Netherlands. But the big difference, Egypt a tie against Lebanon on day 1, and Puerto Rico fell to Lebanon yesterday. But they match up here with Egypt trying to get to the gold medal game after finishing with the bronze last year, and Puerto Rico trying to push ahead in year number 1 at the Dream Nations Cup. Can Puerto Rico avenge the loss by their men's team to Team Egypt yesterday that knocked them out of the tournament? Or again, will Egypt continue to build and get to that gold medal game for the first time at the Dream Nations? Should be a great matchup. First time these two teams are meeting in the tournament. And we will pause now for both sides' national anthems. those are the anthems ahead of this morning's women's semifinal between Team Egypt and Team Puerto Rico. A winner will move on to the gold medal game that is scheduled for tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meanwhile, the loser will head to the bronze medal game, which is slated for later today at 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First of two women's semifinals this morning. We will be followed by Team Caribbean and Team Lebanon. Take a look at the starting goaltenders on both sides. Kaylin Williams played all three round-robin games for Team Puerto Rico. Gave up 5 goals over the 3 games and had a .928 save percentage with a 2-1 record. On the other side, Yasmin Rizkana started 2 of Egypt's 3 games, split the first game against Lebanon with their other netminder Dana Ramadan, but she did get the win against South Korea. Rizkana has yet to give up a goal in this tournament. We are underway with Team Puerto Rico trying to get on the first attack. AJ Jimenez tried to put it towards the slot. That was taken away. Puerto Rico back on it. Jimenez over here in the corner. Fed it all the way across. Zemjanic, a shot fought off by Rizkana. Put back on, and Rizkana has it. She will hang on. And the most dangerous Puerto Rican offensively got a great chance there. Sofia Zemjanic. Team high 4 goals and 5 points in the group stage. The defender from Vermont plays for Norwich University, NCAA Division III. They kick it back to her again. Let that one go. It was blocked. Egypt trying to go the other way. Now Jenkins works it back up for Puerto Rico. Attempt towards the net was taken back, and then Jimenez put it off the side of the cage. Malik Ramadan trying to push it out. Comes back for Saloom. There's Rose Dawood Lapari. Off to Ciara Cielo. Back to Dawood Lapari. And Egypt offside at the Puerto Rico line. Those two, Mila Ciara Cielo and Rose Dawood Lapari, running the offense for Team Egypt in the group stage. 4 goals apiece. Ciara Cielo, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points, leading Team Egypt. She had 3 goals and 3 assists yesterday against the Netherlands in a 9-1 win. And that secured Egypt's spot in second in the division. Up comes Kylie Risco, able to dump it in, but from her own side of the red line. Oh, icing called. That one was close. It looked like Eva Moxie maybe got close to winning that race for Puerto Rico to negate the icing. But it's called, and we go all the way back down to Puerto Rico's end, and Egypt looking for its first attack of the game so far. Came right on goal, and Williams able to hand it off for Gianna Leffler. Howard from the line, sent it all the way through. Comes off the near side corner boards. Massa couldn't keep it in. Here's O'Connell turning the corner, and her shot off the stick of Williams. She just got with the knob of the stick. Puerto Rico looking to work out. Here's Moxie on the left wing side, driving towards the net, and Howard with a good defensive play to come back and prevent her from getting a good shot off. Moxie sent it back down the boards. Came right back to her. Jenkins pinching in, sends it all the way around to Beckman. Tied up with Howard. And Allie Howard able to win that battle. Kept in by Puerto Rico. Good step by Zemjanic, who has it now. Her shot rose over top of the cage. Kept alive at the line by Jenkins. Down low, Beckman. Tried to sweep it out in front. taken by Robuk. Beckman right in on her. Massa able to move it up the near side boards to Alam. She's able to toss it out. Jenkins trying to flag it down in her own end. Marion Robuk chasing her. Jenkins chips it up the near side boards. Egypt looking to turn it back the other way. Saloom off to the left wing side. Dawood Lapari gets by one defender. Gets back on that puck. Puerto Rico collapses in on her. She's able to stick handle out of it, and a backhander doesn't go. And Williams able to make the save on the second chance opportunity. Good push there for Team Egypt. Now, Puerto Rico has had more of the offensive zone play early on in this game. Just over 3 minutes in. Women's semifinal. Drops at the line. Hannah able to push it deeper. Dawood Lapari takes the shot. Didn't get all the way through. Saloom wanted it over on the near side. Dawood Lapari opted to take the shot instead. Sent down around behind the net. Puerto Rico able to clear their own end. Ciarciello able to drop the shoulder, enter the offensive zone. Couldn't chip it by Jocelyn Model. And now Ciarciello again takes the shot, stopped by Williams, and she gets back to the rebound to cover up. She had Malik Ramadan trying to get to that loose puck. Now Egypt getting opportunities offensively, still trying to break the ice. Large contingency for both sides in the crowd. See a couple of Puerto Rican jerseys, couple of Egypt jerseys, and lots of fans here for the early morning game. Jenkins able to move it up the left wing side. Pass deflected. Janena first on it. O'Connell lost it in her skates. Couple of Puerto Ricans there as well. Sent up the boards and kept in by Robuk, at least for a moment. Zemianic able to move it along for Katie Leffler. She got it taken away. And now here's a chance for O'Connell, streaking in on the backhand, just pushed it wide. Zemianic with a good back check to close her off. Kicked along by Alvarez. Now Katie Leffler able to pull it out. Working over to the near side. She was shadowed the whole way by an Egyptian defender. Here's Jimenez, able to get it in. Howard gets there first for Egypt. Sent around behind the net. Jimenez steals for Puerto Rico. Taking a look out in front, couldn't find Zemianic. A good stick there by Marion Robuk. Egypt finishing up a defensive change as Puerto Rico comes back up. Jimenez down low, looking for the return feed to Leffler. Sent to the point, and that one deflected. Model had some trouble with it, but she was able to keep Alam from skating up. Egypt offside at the Puerto Rico line here. Some action back and forth. Both sides getting opportunities. We are still scoreless in this first women's semifinals. Left wing side, it's moved in by Moxie. She couldn't center. Ciarciello throws on the brakes behind the net. Now for Beckman. Moxie had her stick lifted. Ciarciello on that loose puck. Up for Dawood Lapari. Chips it by one. Model came over to grab it for the Puerto Ricans. Ciarciello trying to fight her way into the offensive zone. Regains control of the puck, but then she's knocked down. A little bit slow to her skates as Moxie moves the other direction. Pass to the middle. Shot comes in. It's blocked by Hannah. That was Kylie Risco who got the opportunity from that high slot area. Semionik had it poked away. And now it's just bumped out of the zone all the way down. And Egypt has iced the puck. Michaela Ball, the referee, scoops up that puck, gets set for this face-off. We had her on the broadcast yesterday, one of many great guests that we had. Lots of different languages as well. Had some Arabic during the Egyptian men's game. Of course, Portuguese during Brazil's contest. That's out in front off of Rizkana. Saloom trying to work it out. Got it up the boards, not out. That shot is blocked on the way through off the stick of Sabrina Honeycutt. Saloom hustling back to her own end. Egypt trying to escape its own zone, can't do it. Semionik steps up, let it go. It was blocked by Hana on the way through. Saloom trying to push it ahead. Gets to the blue line, and now it's finally out for Team Egypt. Semionik trying to bring it right back in for Puerto Rico. Egypt able to make a defensive change. As Semionik turns the corner, loads it up, and her shot blocked by Howard. Egypt sacrificing the body early on in this game. Plenty of block shots so far. Howard throwing the brakes behind the net, but had stolen by Montalvo. Up to the line, Model makes a move. Polisi right on her, they tie up. Now Areba with the puck, got it to Hana, and she just tosses it out of the zone. Model and Polisi after it. Raba came flying in to keep the puck in the zone. And finally it's pushed out by Michelle Rosa. Moved all the way down into Puerto Rican territory. Model up the near side boards, given away. Alam towards the net, and Polisi just pushed it wide. Now Katie Leffler trying to fly up the right wing. Egypt looks to turn it back the other direction. Polisi with a pull-up move into the offensive zone, had it poked away. Here comes Katie Leffler. Egypt back in numbers. Leffler cuts to the middle, poked away by Howard. Jimenez on the follow-up, stopped by Rizkana. Leffler again takes a look over to Semionik. Couldn't get in a good spot for a one-timer. Katie Leffler again drops it off. Jenkins up to the point, down to Semionik. From a sharp angle, her shot blocked by Howard. Puck poked just out of the Egyptian zone. Puerto Rico with all kinds of pressure early on, lots of blocked shots from the Egyptian side. We're still scoreless. Semionik at the point, takes a look through. Deflected wide, Jimenez trying to center. And now Egypt working up. Tossed in by Malik Ramadan. She needs a change. And back for it is Jimenez. Hustling up the left wing side. Jimenez had her pocket picked by Ciarciello. Trying to work back in. She was defended nicely. O'Connell gave it back. And Ciarciello for Hana. O'Connell over to the near side. Ciarciello tried to send it back across. And she had Malik Rabak driving the back post. It was tied up by Gianna Leffler for Puerto Rico. Rabak on it again. They'll send it out to O'Connell. Couldn't backhand it towards the net. And it was cut off by Semionik. Hana gave it away. Up comes Machi. One-on-one. Her shot just misses wide. Rebound cleared over to the near side. Machi looks to get it back deep. But Egypt clears the zone. O'Connell fires it in. And the Egyptians getting it full change. Williams plays it back to Gianna Leffler. This one almost stolen away. It was kicked back in by Dawood Lapari. Egypt regrouping. Gianna Leffler able to send it out all the way down, and icing called against Team Puerto Rico. It's been an entertaining first period. Both teams with opportunities at the net, especially Team Egypt blocking shots, keeping the puck from getting through to their goaltender. 3:36 up on the clock here at the rink at American Dream. Egypt trying to pull it out in front. Moxie takes over. They're right into an Egyptian player though. Dawood Lapari cycles down low. They try and get back to her. Popped up in the air. Willett with a head feed ahead. That was knocked back. Howard skates back into it. Enters the offensive zone with a blast. Williams stopped it. It dropped right next to her, and she closes her legs to get the whistle and a face-off. We talked about it in the group stage. Ollie Howard has a very good shot from that point. They like to use her as a trigger on the power play. She just stepped over the line and took a shot that Williams did have a small bit of trouble with after making the save. Had to look around and find that puck. Here's a turnover, and Robick got a chance that Williams had to be ready for. O'Connell sends it all the way across. Pass back to the point, intercepted. Here comes Puerto Rico. Hannah trying to keep Katie Leffler from getting in. Leffler couldn't dangle around Saloom, who came over to defend. O'Connell cutting across the blue line. 2.5 left to go in period one. Zemionic after the dump in. They will get by Robick, find some skating room, and made a pass up. Jenkins dangles in. Plenty of Egyptians back to defend. Jenkins tried to get it down deep. Egypt looking to push it out. But taken by Alvarez on her backhand centering feed. Saved by Rizkana. She shut down Katie Leffler all alone in front. Marion Robick drops the shoulder. Her shot gloved and held by Williams. 1:45 left to go in period one. A nice glove save there from Kaylin Williams, but Rizkana down on the other end with a huge stop on Katie Leffler, who finished the group stage with a goal and 3 assists. One of the leaders on this Puerto Rican team. Behind the net, it's Alam. Getting it over for Polisi. She's knocked down. Up comes Risco. Risco skates back into it. Polisi picked her pocket. 2-on-2. Polisi has Alam with her. Polisi makes a move and couldn't sweep that puck in front. Back to the point. Howard let it go. It's blocked. Polisi back on it. She couldn't make a toe drag move. Howard gets it back to Polisi with some space, and she ripped it wide. Howard again. Polisi one-timer, and that one wasn't in the wheelhouse. And she was unable to get a good shot off. Puerto Rico looking for a counterattack. Risco with a long-range try with Rizkana able to stop it and cover up for the whistle and the face-off. 49 seconds left in period one. And now we're seeing Polisi come alive for Team Egypt. She had been quiet in the early stages of this opening period. She's one of the most important players offensively on that Egyptian squad. That great skating ability and great stick handling ability as well. She can certainly drive the play. Ciarciello on her backhand. Lost it to Katie Leffler. Now O'Connell is still behind the net, tried to center, knocked back. Dawood Lipari steps off the wall. Tried to send it on goal, blocked by Semyonuk on a knee. Semyonuk able to toss it out. Katie Lepler heading after it along with Howard. They tie up in the corner. 13 seconds left to go in the period. Egypt looking to escape its own end. They do. Semyonuk takes a look at the clock. Fires it right in. Hit Howard. Howard just able to sweep it out. That will do it. 15 minutes down in this women's semifinal. Egypt and Puerto Rico still searching for their first goal. A trip to this gold medal game on the line. We will be right back here from the American Dream Mall. Back here at the American Dream Mall, second period getting underway between Team Egypt and Team Puerto Rico in this women's semifinal. And we are still searching for our first goal. Yasmin Rizkana for Egypt and Kaylin Williams for Team Puerto Rico. Perfect in that first period as Rose Dawood Lipari sent one all the way through the crease, looking for a teammate on the back door. Ciarciello looking to flag that one down. Now it's Puerto Rico moving in. Jenkins with a shot off the stick of Howard. Now Jenkins centering feed. That shot blocked by Howard, who came back in to defend Willett. Comes all the way back down. Icing waved off at the last moment. Egypt able to dump it back in. Jenkins there for Puerto Rico, challenged by Ciarciello, who knocks her down. A penalty coming up against Mila Ciarciello. And Team Egypt will go shorthanded. A chance for Puerto Rico to break the ice. Cross-checking the signal. And a power play for Puerto Rico that can be dangerous with the likes of Semyonuk up at the point. She's lined up on the near side point. We get set for this face-off. Katie Leffler, able to work up high, hands it off for Semyonuk. Fed down low, pass in front, knocked back by Rizkana, and it's cleared all the way down. Semyonuk works back in. On the left wing side, Centering pass cut off and fired all the way down. Minute 20 left on the Puerto Rico power play. Katie Leffler able to weave her way in on the left wing. Leffler driving the net. She's knocked down as she tried to cut in front, and the net comes off its mooring, so we'll get a whistle and a face-off. And once again, that was Ali Howard defending. Face-off will be outside of the Egyptian end because it was Leffler that knocked the net off. Howard a rock defensively for Team Egypt, as she has been all tournament long. Jenkins looks to work it back in. And how about Howard making another defensive play? Able to get in front of that shot. Puerto Rico has to chase all the way down behind Williams. Jenkins couldn't bring it in cleanly. It's dumped back in by O'Connell. Zemianic around behind the net. Able to push her way up. Zemianic gets to the red line to the Egyptian blue. Zemianic couldn't get that shot through as Polisi blocked it. And another clear for Team Egypt. 15 seconds left in the Puerto Rico power play. Jimenez handed it off. Passes up for Katie Leffler. And now Jimenez steps over the blue line. Puerto Rico has numbers. The pass across to Beckman. She couldn't bring it in clean. Tried to sweep it back out in front. And now Polisi moves up with Egypt back to full strength. Polisi chipped it around Zemianic. She and Katie Leffler go down together. Puck's underneath them. And it's pulled out by Roebuck. Her shot just missed wide. Dawood Lapari able to push it down deep. Here's Ciarciello with a sharp angle try that missed the net. Shot from the point goes over to the near side corner. Egypt trying to get on the attack after the successful penalty kill. Saloom towards the net. Backhander just pushed past the cage. Now a centering pass. Dawood Lapari had to kick it up to her stick. Couldn't get a clean shot away. And it's covered up by Williams. So the Egyptian penalty kill, 1 for 1. We stay scoreless. 11:11 left to go in period number 2. And as tight as things have been all tournament long, things get even tighter when your tournament is on the line, like it is here in the semifinals. This one goes off the glass all the way down. Chased after by Hannah. Love trying to wrestle that puck from her. Malik Roebuck lost it to Riley Love. Try to sweep it out in front, save, rebound, they score! Honeycutt right in front has given Puerto Rico the first goal of this semifinal. A great work by Riley Love below the goal line, and Sabrina Honeycutt has her first goal of this tournament. Puerto Rico able to break through first. A huge first goal. And that is the first time in this tournament that we've seen one get past Yasmin Rizkana. We'll see if Egypt can make a comeback here. They have not trailed at any point in this tournament. And Zemianic pulls it to her backhand, tried to drive out in front. And she and Polisi collided. Polisi went flying into Rizkana and the net off its moorings. Everybody seems to be all right. We'll get a face-off. Love picks up the only assist on the goal by Honeycutt. Riley Love with 2 goals and 2 assists in the group stage. A big one here as the faceoff will come outside of the Egyptian end. Polisi and Risco in for the draw. Finally ready to drop it. Polisi moves ahead, working on Zemianic. Polisi tried a dangle move. Jenkins took the puck. Jenkins flying in, gets on her backhand, and Howard with a good poke. Battled for on the near side half wall. Couple players involved, couple players watching. Finally, it's pushed out of the Egyptian zone. Zemianic retrieves, and she moves it right back up. Whistles blow, a hand pass called against Team Puerto Rico. The faceoff will go down just outside of the Puerto Rican zone. Puerto Rico a 1-0 lead on the strength of a goal from Sabrina Honeycutt. Off this faceoff, it's chipped in by Jimenez. She looks to head after it, along with Hannah. Off the left wing side, Ciarciello able to move it out of the zone. Puerto Rico recovers. Katie Leffler in with speed. Drops the shoulder, tried to put it out in front. That was blocked. Puck loose behind the Egyptian net. Now Leffler back on it. Tried to feed a pass across. That shot was blocked. And rebound, score! AJ Jimenez able to get it home on the second chance opportunity. Puerto Rico up 2-0. She couldn't get the first one to go. It was blocked by Saloom. All right, Jimenez stuck with it. Able to go 5-hole on Rizkana. Team Puerto Rico off to a nice start to this second period. A 2-0 lead in this semifinal. Their first ever trip to the Dream Nations, trying to make it to the gold medal game. Up the right wing side, Zemianic able to work it all the way around the net. Comes out in front, turnaround shot goes wide. Egypt trying to clear down, they do. That one fired in right off of Howard, popped high up in the air, and it drops from Masse. Now Allie Howard looks to go up ice. Long lead pass at a couple of teammates at the Puerto Rico blue line. Janena first on the dump, and she missed the net. Howard able to bat it back in. Jenkins able to spin away from Janena. Howard able to toss this one in. And now Zemianic steps out. Now she heads up ice with some skating room. Zemianic pull a move on Saloom, but that drew her team off sides at the Egypt line. Just over 7.5 left to go in this second period as we approach the midway point of this game. Puerto Rico, a couple of second period goals, take a 2-0 lead on Egypt. off this draw. Sent into the Egyptian end. Polisi. They will spin back. She'll hang out behind her own net. Watched closely by Jimenez. This goes off to Alam. Makes a move. Egypt with a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Jimenez hustling back to even it up. Centering pass off a skate. Ends up in the near side corner. Marian Robick. And will cycle it back down for Alam. Sent up high. Shot comes in from Hana. It's blocked. Hana on it again. And another opportunity was blocked by the Puerto Ricans. Alam swept it wide. Push to the point, Polisi. And now Robick able to get it deep. Saloom all the way around to Alam. Alam tried to force it up to the slot. Battled for and skated out of the zone by Jimenez. Has Katie Leffler with her. Bounce pass to her. Leffler makes a look, cycles for Jimenez. Puerto Rico in the midst of a change as Jimenez turns the corner and her shot swallowed up by Rizcana. Got a whistle and a face-off. Egypt with a little pressure, but Puerto Rico continuing to push the play. This one sent up the boards and out. 2-on-1 developing for Egypt. Ciarciello stepped past Demianic. Her shot kicked out by Williams. She's able to stop the rebound as well. Swept back out in front. Dawood Lapari got a chance. Kaylin Williams comes up with a huge couple of saves. Attack still going. Dawood Lapari shot missed on the short side. Ciarciello couldn't swing it down low. Risco enters the offensive end, but offside at the Egypt line. Great chance there for Ciarciello. And Kaylin Williams comes up with a huge pad save. And another one as well. Keeps it a 2-0 game in favor of Team Puerto Rico. Up the left wing side, Polisi able to skate in with it. Makes a move. And now Polisi stapled to the boards. That's a penalty. Gianna Leffler will be heading to the box. And Egypt with an all-important power play. .5:28 left to go in period 2. A huge opportunity for Team Egypt to get back in this game on the player advantage. Off the draw, Ciarciello gets it to the point. Howard, D-to-D pass, Saloom. They will step by. Attempt towards the net. Backdoor play. They score! Dawood Lapari right on the spot. And Egypt strikes quickly on the power play to pull within a goal. And no surprise, it's Rose Dawood Lapari who gets the big strike for Team Egypt. 4 goals for her in the round robin, tied for the team high. And she gets another big one. And a great play by Saloom. Step around the Puerto Rican forward who was challenging her up top. Just got it down low. No chance for Williams on the backdoor play. Here's Katie Leffler on her backhand, and she sent it just wide. Down behind the net, Leffler and Hana battle for it. Leffler handed off for Jimenez. Hana back on her skates, able to move it around to the near side. Jimenez deflected it, and Rizcana just able to poke it away, or else Katie Leffler would have had an easy dunk opportunity at a wide open net. Polisi able to send it up out of the zone. Loose puck, scooped up by Puerto Rico, and good defense there by Dawood Lapari. Polisi able to dangle in. Popped up in the air, Jimenez flags it down, goes behind their own net, and now Jimenez starts up ice, had it knocked away. Model up the boards, taken by Areba fresh off the bench. Now Katie Leffler looking to turn the corner and head up ice. Leffler over the blue line, gets in, toe drag, shot blocked, rebound also blocked. Saloom's pass picked off. Matsi centered, now comes to Saloom. Into the offensive, or into the neutral zone comes Matsi. Dangles in, and she had it knocked off her stick and back to neutral ice. Abak back for it. D-to-D pass. In comes Saloom on her backhand, and Puerto Rico got back in numbers to knock her off the puck. Under 3 to go in period 2. Centering pass in front, that was cut off. Kept in at the line. Areba tried to move it out in front. Risco off the boards, and Puerto Rico able to escape its own end. Matsi just dumps it in. Puerto Rico needs a change. Sent up the near side. Semyonix trying to keep it away from Alam, and she does. Now she'll start north. Semyonix with a shot off a stick. She and Howard go down. Centering feed, and Riley Love couldn't get that one on goal. It came right to her on the back side. Pass was behind Alam. Model back for it. Just toss it in the direction of the Egypt bench. Egypt very close to too many players on the ice, but they get away with it. Love off the corner boards. Polisi almost had her pocket picked. Hana backs her up. Now Ciarciello able to get it out of the zone. Working up 1-on-2. Ciarciello gets to the net, and she's stopped by Williams, who just got the toe of her skate on it. Back the other way comes Puerto Rico. Katie Leffler throws on the brakes, tried to feed across to Jimenez. It pops out to Alvarez fresh off the bench. Get the final minute of play in period 2. Alvarez got it over towards Semyonix. Puck escaped the zone, and Puerto Rico has to touch up for the delayed offsides. Hana will push it to the blue line, not out. Loose puck swiped at by a couple of players. Leffler upended. Penalty coming up against Team Egypt. And Puerto Rico go to its second power play. Tripping is the call. A chance for the Puerto Ricans to extend that lead. It was 2-0. It's now 2-1. And it's Michaela Hana sitting in the penalty box for the Egyptians. If Puerto Rico does not score before the end of this second period, they will start the third on the power play. Here's Leffler on the backhand, and Rizcana able to catch it and hang on. This face-off ends up on the boards. Jimenez up to the point. DDD pass. Semyonuk takes a look, loads it up, and it's stopped. Not sure if it got all the way through to Rizkana or not. Egypt looking for a clear. They don't get it. Semyonuk back through. That was blocked by Howard. She's able to kick it to her stick and trying to at least run out the clock here. 2 seconds and 1. And 30 minutes gone, 15 to go. Puerto Rico, a 2-1 lead in this women's semifinal over Team Egypt. We will be right back with period number 3 here from the American Dream Ball. Back here at the American Dream Ball, getting set for period number 3. Puerto Rico and Egypt. A spot in the gold medal game tomorrow on the line. Puerto Rico had a 2-0 lead. Egypt has cut it to 1. 15 minutes up on the clock. Who will advance? Puerto Rico with 1 minute and 31 seconds. So power play time to work with. Shots right now 17-13 in favor of the Puerto Ricans, who have had a lot of good opportunities, lots of offensive zone time. And puck is down. Polisi able to dump it in for Egypt. Jenkins behind her net. On the left wing side, Jimenez hustling up the left. Jimenez cuts in, her shot blocked. Alvarez following it up, gets it to the point to Jenkins. Over to Semyonuk. Takes a look, fanned on the pass across, and Howard able to fire it all the way down. Jenkins back for it in her own end. Jenkins cuts through center into the offensive zone. Jenkins still going. Tried to drop it back to Jimenez. Across, Semyonuk takes a look, sent it through, and that shot pass tipped over the net by Katie Leffler. Good vision from Semyonuk there. Polisi able to chip it by. She's knocked down, and a penalty coming up against Jenkins of Team Puerto Rico. We will get 25 seconds of 4-on-4 time as interference is the call. And then Egypt will go to its second power play for a minute 35. Egypt 1 for 1 on the power play so far in this game. They got the goal from Rose Dawood Lapari. She skates out to be in this 4-on-4. Face-off will be deep in Puerto Rico's end. Dawood Lapari drawing with Beckman. Beckman able to win it back. Sent off the glass, kept in by Howard. Howard takes a look, tries to wind it up. Beckman kept her from letting the shot go. And now Lapari. Dawood Lapari couldn't bring that one in. Howard blocks it again on the boards. Now it's pushed past her. Beckman and Ciarciello after it. Ciarciello gets back into the offensive zone. It's now an Egyptian power play. As time has expired on that penalty. Here's O'Connell, a shot, fought off by Williams. Howard back on goal, and that one misses wide. Dawood Lapari was trying to knock it down for a chance in front. Model bounces it over to the near side. Moxie gets there for Puerto Rico, met by Howard. Ciarciello pulls it off the wall. Works her way up top, hands it off. Long shot, Polisi blocked back to her. Polisi again. That's a sharp angle try. I think may have hit the top of the crossbar. Ciarciello spins away. Pass in front. They score! Dawood Lapari with her second power play marker. And Team Egypt has tied it up. A beautiful pass in front from Ciarciello. And Rose Dawood Lapari right on the spot again. We are all even on this women's semifinal. Rose Dawood Lapari coming up huge for her squad in this all-important semifinal game. Does Puerto Rico have a response? Jimenez looking to provide it. She has a goal already in this one. Goes all the way around the net, put it out in front, comes all the way through. Alvarez looking to turn it on goal, backdoor feed, Sabres Connor, rebounds there, and they score! Alvarez gets it right back, and Puerto Rico back in front. So does Egypt have another one in them. A 3-2 game now. Still about 12 and a half minutes left to go. Howard goes up the boards. Egypt has yet to score a goal at 5-on-5. As Jenkins swoops to the outside. As long as Puerto Rico stays out of the penalty box, at least the way the game's been going, that'll be a big help. Howard up the boards, out of the zone, foot race for it, and Honeycutt will win it. Tied up along the boards. Honeycutt lost it. Roebuck trying to cut to the middle. She was surrounded. Honeycutt, a lead pass looking for Love, tied up with Massa. Polisi hustles back for it. She and Love get there together. Polisi able to step out with it. Polisi with one move. And now another, has some skating room. Here comes Polisi. Tries to dance through. Had it blocked away, and O'Connell scores! Lauren O'Connell following it up on the backhand has tied it right back up for Team Egypt. I don't think Williams ever saw that shot, as there was lots of traffic in front. Polisi did the work going end to end. And O'Connell cleans it up. Lauren O'Connell with her first goal of this tournament. It's a biggie. Here comes Puerto Rico again. Beckman's shot, loved and held by Rizcana. Oh, Alvarez got her first of this tournament. Put Puerto Rico in front just seconds after Dawood Lapari tied it. And now Lauren O'Connell with her first of the tournament. Ties it right back up, 3-all between Egypt and Puerto Rico in this women's semifinal. An excellent back and forth game to start off semifinal and bronze medal day. Ciarciello and Model chase after it. Ciarciello able to pull it out, pass in front, O'Connell missed it wide on the short side. Dawood Lapari back behind the net, chip past Ciarciello, up comes Risco. Able to clap it along, just kept in by Howard at the line. Tossed just out of the zone and poked back. Polisi able to make a move, able to chip it through. Here's Roebuck, has Alum with her. Marion Roebuck able to push it down deep. Jenkins just forced it right back up where it came from. Malik Ramadan up to the point, gets it back. Ramadan spinning, trying to sweep it out in front, cut off by Machi. And now Eva Machi's off to the races, has some help. On the left wing side, Machi cuts in, swept it down to the corner. Hana claps it up the boards. Ramadan just gets it out. Chipped up and into the Puerto Rican end. Jimenez all the way around her net, shadowed by Alam. Jimenez lost it off a good poke. Here's Janena trying to put it on goal, missed it wide. Katie Leffler pass up. Here's Alvarez streaking into the offensive zone. Alvarez throws on the brakes, cuts to the middle, her shot blocked. Malik Roebuck all by herself, her team in the midst of a change. She's surrounded, and the puck stolen. Leffler. 3 Egyptian players back as Leffler enters the offensive zone, and a nice poke by Howard. Fed all the way across. Honeycutt skates into it off the bench. Her shot knocked down by Rizcana. Egypt able to escape its own end. A 2-on-1 developing. Ciarciello with Dawood Lapari. Ciarciello passed it out in front off of Dawood Lapari's skate. Dawood Lapari trying to turn back towards the net. Trying to fight through Leffler. And now Katie Leffler on it. She moves in. Leffler surrounded, gets a shot away, and Rizcana able to make the stop. Saloom just floats it to the neutral zone. Now Ciarciello swoops in on the right wing side. Ciarciello driving, saved by Williams. Comes all the way back through, and Love on the left wing. By herself for Puerto Rico. Love, nice move, but it rolled off her stick, and Rizcana covers up. Boy, great opportunities. Up and down the ice they go. 3-3, 7:41 left to go. And unlike the round robin, if this one is still tied at the end of regulation, we will need overtime. Because, of course, we can't have a tie in a semifinal game. Sent on goal, Rizcana the save, and she's able to cover up. But overtime for the knockout stage games. 5-minute, 3-on-3 sudden death, and then a 3-round shootout. Now that is if we get there. This has been back and forth the whole way. Egypt has never led. Puerto Rico had leads of 2-0 and 3-2, tied each time. Marian Rabak trying to force her way through center, lost the puck. Machi turns it up. Machi finds some space on the right wing side. A nice poke there by Rabak. Jenkins able to make a move around Malik Rabak. Jenkins gets in, and she lost it. Good play by Malik Rabak, chasing her down and dislodging the puck. And now Polisi's off to the races. Polisi gets in, makes a move to her backhand, had her stick lifted, tried a centering feed, but only Puerto Ricans there. Beckman gets in 1-on-2, and a Beckman with a shot. That one scooped up by Rizkana, and she'll get the whistle. And another face-off deep in the Egyptian end, and a real test of strength and will at this point. These teams have, of course, played 3 games over the last 3 days. This is their 4th game in 4 days. And it gets down to it. Of course, fatigue will become a factor. We'll see who can find that extra gear, find that extra juice in the tank. Jimenez a shot, that's blocked. Katie Leffler working on her backhand. Leffler able to walk the blue line and hand it off. Shot towards the net, blocked, and Dawood Lapari takes over. Top line on here for Egypt. O'Connell's shot sticked away by Williams. O'Connell trying to get back into that loose puck, and now it's Ciarciello. She's able to cycle it down deep. Katie Leffler picks it up for Puerto Rico. Howard just able to keep it in. Ciarciello made a move. She was surrounded. Puerto Rico takes over. Model. They will toss it out. Loose puck. Howard and Jimenez go tumbling as they both reached out for it. Now Jenkins skates in, but Jimenez was still getting back to her skate, still in the offensive zone. So offsides called against Team Puerto Rico. Face-off tied up right on the dot. Comes off to Jenkins. And now Love is offsides. I'll get another face-off right in front of the Egyptian bench. Sophie Zemjanic out there again for Puerto Rico. She's been relatively quiet, at least lately. Does she have one in her? Puck comes to her and she dumps it around. Hannah able to poke it along. Kept in by Puerto Rico. Hannah trying to kick it out. Instead, it's dumped back deep. Polisi takes a look. Able to get past Love. Toss it all the way down. It will come in on Williams, so no icing. And Williams forced to cover up. Egypt will get an offensive zone face-off. Great work by Polisi. Make sure that one went right on net. And instead of a defensive zone draw, an offensive zone draw for the Egyptians. One back by Puerto Rico. Zemjanic tried to play it around behind the net, gets back to it, and now she'll skate up with it. Zemjanic trying to go end to end. Takes the shot, kick, save, rebound, ends up in the blue paint. Jenkins let it go, she hit the post. Rizcana was down and out, and Jenkins couldn't put it through the traffic. This one pops back out in front, and Egypt will clear its own end. Beckman turns it right back up for Puerto Rico. Swept off the near side boards. Going all the way down, loose puck, couple players hustling after it. Polisi skates into it. Polisi taken down, a penalty coming up against Team Puerto Rico. The ever dangerous Egyptian power play gets a third opportunity. They are 2 for 2. 3:51 left to go. Heading slowly to the box for a nervous 2-minute sit. Kylie Risco. And timeout called, looks like by Team Egypt, to draw up a play. And indeed that is the case. Selma Ramadan chatting with his squad. Boy, what a game this has been. A great start to semifinal and bronze medal day here at the Dream Nations. Puerto Rico went up 2-0 in the second. Egypt came back to tie early in the third. Seconds later, though, Puerto Rico took a 3-2 lead, and Egypt able to find another tying goal. Here we are at 3-all. AJ Jimenez, a goal and an assist for Puerto Rico. Rose Dawood Lapari, 2 goals, both on the power play for Team Egypt. Well, you know, we will certainly see her out there. It'll be her, Ciarciello, O'Connell, Howard, and Polisi, the top guns for Team Egypt. Puerto Rico looking to kill this one off to keep the game tied. They break the huddle, and Kaylin Williams heads back to her goal crease. Williams with 16 saves so far in this game. Ciarciello set to draw against Alvarez. This Egyptian power play has begun, and Alvarez able to muscle O'Connell off the puck and clear. Good start for Team Puerto Rico. Rizcana comes all the way out to play it. Tried to force it up toward Polisi. Here's a steal. Lepler tried to sweep it through, and it was blocked wide by Howard. And almost a shorthanded goal for Katie Lepler. And with the jailbreak rule in effect in this tournament, that would have meant the end of the Egyptian power play as well. Polisi on the left wing takes a look, stick handling around the net. Handoff for Ciarciello. In front, O'Connell got a shot away. Rebound still sits in the blue paint. And it's cleared away by Katie Lepler. She's able to muscle it, but into the Puerto Rico bench. So the faceoff will stay inside the Puerto Rico zone. Boy, O'Connell got a great first shot away. The puck was in the blue paint as O'Connell tried to grab the rebound, go with a backhand around Williams. And bodies flying everywhere. Puerto Rico survives for the moment. Minute 10 left on the Egypt power play. This one cleared between Polisi and Howard. Rizcana comes out to sweep it to the near side. Howard trying to skate up. It's given away. Katie Lepler makes a move on her backhand. Couldn't get a shot away. Here comes O'Connell. Cuts to her left. Working on Zemianic. O'Connell dances through. Ciarciello stopped by Williams. Right on the doorstep. Williams comes up with another huge save. Here's Katie Lepler. Still shorthanded is Puerto Rico as Lepler sweeps around the net. Drops it off. Zemianic takes the shot. Save Rizcana. Comes back to Zemianic. Howard trying to muscle her off, and now Alam gets to it. Lepler causing trouble for her. Final 10 seconds ticking off this Egyptian power play. Turned over. Lepler on her backhand. Sent it all the way across. Loose puck. Grabbed by Jimenez. Back to 5-on-5. Lepler, a shot rising and knocked down by Rizcana. So Puerto Rico kills off the late penalty. Under 2 to play, and another penalty coming up. Roughing is the call. We'll see who it's against. Looks like it's against Team Egypt as Polisi heads over to the box. So Puerto Rico, after killing off the penalty, will have a late power play in a 3-all game. And they will take their time out to draw up a play. Or the special teams becoming a huge factor late. And one of Egypt's best players in Sophia Polisi can only sit and watch and hope her team can kill off the rest of this third period and get it to overtime, where if Puerto Rico doesn't score, they will still have more power play time. We'll see who can step up. Maybe we finally see a point from Sophie Zemianic, who has been red hot all tournament long, the hot stick for the Puerto Ricans. Quiet on the score sheet in this game, but still ever dangerous. Puerto Rico had plenty of chances short-handed while they were killing off the penalty just a couple minutes ago. We'll see if Team Egypt might try and be aggressive on the kill. Polisi sitting in that Egyptian penalty box with a 1,000-yard stare. Very nervous energy over on that Egyptian bench. Beckman, Risco, Machi, Jenkins, and Zemianic out there for Team Puerto Rico. And the face-off, one back and sent all the way down by Egypt. 90 seconds left to go in a tied third period. Zemianic steps around. The Let's Go Egypt chants coming from the fans behind Rizkana's net. Risco had it poked away. Here comes O'Connell, short-handed. Saved by Williams, and she covers up. And a golden opportunity there for Team Egypt, short-handed, as Lauren O'Connell was bidding for her second. Offensive zone draw for Team Egypt, short-handed still. Dawood Lapari able to kick it over to the corner. Two Puerto Ricans there on the puck, and Jenkins able to start skating up. So we hit the final minute. Jenkins weaves in on her backhand all the way around the cage. Jenkins tried to pass it off, had eluded her target, which was Alvarez. That's as good as an Egyptian clear. Jenkins, who's been all over the puck in this game, passes it off for Jimenez. Jenkins once more, looks across, cut off, and cleared by Alam. 25 seconds left to go. Katie Leffler off the boards. Jenkins gave it across to Zemianic. Puerto Rico has to hustle up to get one last chance. Zemianic pushes her way by. Howard able to stymie her there. Howard trying to get it out. 5 seconds left. Leffler couldn't pull it off the boards. It's cleared just out of the zone. We will get overtime. So our first game of the women's semifinals, our first game of semifinals and bronze medal day goes the distance. We will get 3-on-3 overtime, but it will start with a 4-on-3 power play for Team Puerto Rico. We will have it for you when we come back here from the American Dream Mall. sudden death overtime. Egypt and Puerto Rico. Whoever can score here during the 3-on-3 will move on to the gold medal game. And the loser will have to settle for the bronze medal game later today. Puerto Rico still with some power play time, 23 seconds to begin the extra session, so they will have a 4-on-3 advantage. Typically overtime, 3-on-3 in this tournament. And off the face-off, Howard sends it all the way down. If Egypt's able to kill this off, Polisi will step out of the box. It will become 4-on-4 until the next whistle, and then go back down to 3-on-3. Jenkins steps in. Jenkins wheeling back. Zemjanic at the point. Pass off. Jimenez, let it go. It's blocked. Zemjanic. Egypt's back to full strength, so it's 4-on-4. The pass came all the way across past Jimenez. Zemjanic sent it through, blocked. Ciarciello able to bounce it off the boards, not out. Jenkins on her backhand, walking the line. Drops it off, Zemjanic had the shot blocked. Egypt looking to go the other way, passes out Polisi's reach. She's getting back to it, has Dawood Lapari at the net, sent in front. Dawood Lapari got a touch on it, and it's covered up by Williams. So now we should go down to 3-on-3. .404 left in overtime if we do not get a goal scorer in that time frame. There will be a shootout. 3-round shootout. Should be a shooter against goaltender, 1-on-1. And if it's tied after that, they will continue until they find a winner. But still lots of time before we get there. Jocelyn Model sent it up. Puerto Rican player tripped up. Here's Ciarciello, blocked, rebound, save. Williams can't get to it, puck is loose. Dawood Lapari, she scores! Egypt to the gold medal game. Rose Dawood Lapari gets the hat trick goal. Multiple comeback efforts from the Egyptian squad in this game. Trailing 2-0 and 3-2 in regulation. And it's Rose Dawood Lapari with her third of the contest. The game winner off the scramble. Ciarciello caused the turnover, and they were two of the best players in this game for Team Egypt. For Puerto Rico, they will head to the bronze medal game later today for a chance to medal in their first ever Dream Nations. But Team Egypt guaranteed a better finish than last year when they won the bronze medal. They will now play for gold tomorrow. They will face the winner of Caribbean and Lebanon, which is our next game coming up just about 20 minutes from now. That'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico will play for bronze, 6:10 p.m. later on today. They will face the loser of Caribbean and Lebanon. That game is up next. What a game we had here. Rose Dawood Lapari, your game MVP with the hat trick and the overtime game winner. We will see Egypt tomorrow and Puerto Rico again later today. For now, I'm Will Wiggleman saying so long. Our next women's semifinals coming up next on DreamNationsCup.com/live and the Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel.